Hello everyone, Anything Gaming here, and I'm here to talk about a really interesting part in Sega's history and gaming history in general, the Sega Neptune. The Sega Genesis was doing amazing in America, and that sometimes even better than the mighty Nintendo, and Sega of America was not ready to move on, while Sega of Japan was trying to move on to their new console, the Sega Saturn. Sega of America kept releasing add-ons for the Sega Genesis, trying to keep it going, such as the Sega CD and the Sega 32X. But Sega soon realized that most gamers weren't going to give up the in total $647 for all the add-ons, so Sega's answer was the Sega Neptune. The Sega Neptune was a 2-in-1 Sega Genesis and Sega 32X console announced by Sega but never released to the public. Some people believe the release name for the system would have been the Genesis 32X. This all started when Sega admitted how expensive and problematic 32X was, and so they decided to make a combined version of the Genesis and 32X, which they felt was a better idea. However, by the time a prototype came out, the Sega Saturn was ready for release, and Sega felt that gamers would not be interested in the Sega Neptune if it had been released, so the project was therefore scrapped. Plans for the system included the ability to play Sega Genesis CD titles too, making it the first system to be able to use both CD and cartridge technology to play games. Had the Neptune been released, it would have been available in 1995 for $150 and around $220 with a game, and £200 in the United Kingdom. The 32X version of Virtua Fighter was meant to debut along with the system. A lot of what we know come from two ads in a magazine, one in a magazine and the other in an issue of Sonic the Comic. More of what we know is thought to have been caused by former Sega employee Clint Dyer, which is thought to have sold several prototypes of unreleased Mega Drive and Mega CD games around the 1999 to 2000 era, most notably Sonic Crackers. As you see, Sega made the right decision in scrapping the Neptune because with the Saturn being released in 1995, around the same time the Neptune was going to be released, it would have caused a big problem for gamers, not wanting to waste money on older technology when the Sega Saturn was out and new. I would even go as far as to say that if it had been released and failed, the Saturn might have been Sega's last console. It is not known how many Neptune prototypes were made. However, one, easily identified by what appears to be a splatter of white paint, currently tours with the Video Game History Museum. The prototype isn't thought to contain any electronics, just a combination of wood and plastic to give the impression of a near-final system. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had such a fun time making this video, and it's definitely some of the most effort I've put into making one. I gotta give credit where it's due. Sega Retro provided me with most of my information, and I gotta say thank you for that. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.